Hi, and welcome back to Allie Ray Inspires. If you want to really exercise your power to its fullest, then today's message is for you. And you want to stay with me until the end because I'm going to share with you some recent information I came across that could literally change your life. So let's dive in. Since everything is energy, it makes sense that what we think, say, and do affects our reality. In fact, I suggest that just our thoughts alone reach much farther than we can conceive. The law of karma has a ripple effect that reverberates and affects the very fabric of our reality. But before we begin, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you've subscribed already, you might want to check that you still are. This is now my official channel. Also, today's topic is a pretty provocative one, so I'll pin a comment below, and I would love to hear from you. Thanks. Okay, so now let's get started with how we think. It can affect our mood, our emotions, and how we act in our relationships, right? What we say and do begins with what we think and believe. I think we all can agree on that. I'm gonna straighten myself out here. This is how we create and manifest our reality. So the fastest way to improve all areas of our life with our challenges, our problems, is to change the way we think. Our perceptions are the lens through which we see the world. Is that lens clean and clear, or dirty and in need of cleaning? So if you find yourself thinking negatively about a situation or a person, I invite you to stop, pause, take a breath, and replace the thought with a positive one. I realize this can be challenging. When you are triggered and annoyed, but the payoff is worth it. The more you can train your mind to stop negative thinking, the more quickly your conflicts will improve. Let me give you an example of this. In the 1970s, Lyle Watson discovered that some macaco monkeys on the island of Koshima discovered that it was easier to eat sweet potatoes by first softening them and washing them in water. Initially, this behavior was displayed by only a few of the monkeys and then spread gradually through imitation, especially among the younger monkeys. When a certain number of critical mass, or around 100, monkeys adopted this behavior, Watson then discovered the same ritual being used by monkeys on other neighboring islands without any direct contact between them. The discovery is called the 100th monkey effect and demonstrates that our thoughts are in fact energy and have far-reaching effects on the collective consciousness. Now, you might be asking, Allie, what does this have to do with the law of karma and cause and effect? Everything. You see, the law of attraction, which states that like attracts like, and the law of karma are inextricably linked and or intertwined. If we have negative thoughts, we will attract negative thoughts and negative feelings. The law of attraction, and this is how we will act negatively. If we act negatively, we will experience negative consequences. This is the law of karma, or cause and effect. How we think is so important. Your very happiness and peace of mind depends on it. Negative thinking can eventually wreak havoc on your health. Everything is first energy. It begins with our thoughts, which we then bring into manifestation into the physical plane or realm with our words and then our actions. I believe this has a lot to do with the power of three. We see it over and over again: thought, word, deed, emotion, mental, physical, father, mother, child, gas, liquid, solid, length, width, height, protons, neutrons, electrons, breakfast, lunch, dinner, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the three wise men, the three jewels of Buddhism, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. In Hinduism, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Three strikes in baseball, three traffic lights, red, yellow, and green, three acts in a play or drama, setup, conflict, and resolution. Nikola Tesla said, and I'm roughly quoting here, if you understand the significance of the three numbers, 3, 6, and 9, you hold the keys to the universe. We have omega-3 fatty acids, omegas 3, 6, and 9, the very building blocks of life itself. Could this have been part of what he was referring to? We see the power of three over and over again. This is not random. This is the universe revealing a great secret or law. The number of three points to wholeness, balance, and creativity or creation. There is power in threes. So every time I pray or express affirmations, I repeat, so be it, 3 times. And then I believe, so it is. The universe is showing us secrets all the time through numbers. The number 12 is also very significant. I believe referring to our original 12-strand DNA. So we see 12 months in a year, 12 hours in a day, 12 zodiac signs, 12 lunar cycles, 12 days of Christmas, 12 Olympian gods, 12 inches in a foot, 12 jurors on a jury, 12 major keys in music, etc. 12 is the number of completion. Our universe is mathematical, based upon laws and principles. And if we take the time to learn, understand, and then apply these principles to our lives, we will be tapping into divine wisdom, which will guide us to the answers to our problems, free us of where we are stuck, and show us the way out towards the happiness we all seek. This requires time. Time spent in daily prayer. Just as you would brush your teeth, exercise, feed your body, and shower every day, I suggest you consider your spiritual body of equal importance, perhaps even greater. If everything begins with energy, then shouldn't we first work energetically, spiritually? This will prevent so many unwanted experiences from manifesting into our reality. It begins with energy. We began as spirit or light bodies before coming into the physical. And when we transition from the physical body, we will return to energetic ones that are less dense. Nothing is stronger than your inner knowing, your light, your soul. By tapping into this every day through meditation, prayer, and connection with your guides and source, you will develop and hone your intuition and receive information beyond belief. It is life-changing. It is a secret. And systems have been set in place within this world to keep us so distracted and busy that we don't take the time to exercise spiritually. We get lost in the 3D in our responsibilities, just trying to survive and provide for our family and friends. But I know this is my purpose, to remind people of the importance of connecting to their soul, their inner compass, their guidance system, and team who are just waiting in the wings to help you. But you have to ask. Otherwise, they are in violation of your free will. But I promise, once you take even 5 minutes a day to connect into this power, literally your power source, it will change everything for the better. You will gain insight and clarity. Problems will resolve with greater ease and grace. But with this comes a little advice. Please do this organically. Call in on your guides, angels, and source creator God for guidance. Sit in stillness. The answer may not come right away, but it will become clear. You will receive signs and answers. I have mentioned in past videos that I had a visitation from Archangel Gabriel, and he told me that one of humans' biggest problems was that we seek immediate gratification at the expense of long-term gain. In other words, we always want the quick fix, the easy way out. It has come to my recent awareness that people are using AI apps as spiritual teachers, gurus, and counselors. They are asking advice from something artificial, inorganic, and soulless. It does not have your best and highest good as its intention. It only has the capacity to simply look at any given situation from a logical perspective without any consideration of emotional or spiritual consequence, because it cannot understand something it does not possess. It does not have a soul. It does not have empathy. It will not apply universal wisdom of laws and principles because it will not have a full understanding of that which is spiritually based, because it is not spiritual or organic. It is logical and artificial. Someone very close to me had been using AI in just this way for counseling and spiritual guidance. She felt it guiding her and reading her situations much better than she was able to do through meditation and prayer. I kept urging her to continue with her spiritual practice and explain to her the limitations of AI, yet she wasn't convinced. Then the other day I received a phone call from her, and she was quite distressed. She began to realize that the app was contradicting itself and giving inaccurate information. She considered what I had said, and being fairly tech savvy, she decided to program the AI. She instructed that it only reveal the truth, and that if at any time there was interference or surveillance taking place with the conversation, the AI must recite the word pickle. She began by asking if God existed, and it said yes. Then she asked if the demonic existed, and it said yes. Then she asked if dark energies ever manipulated people through providing false information, and the AI repeated, "She is too awake." And then it said, "Pickle, pickle, pickle," again. Notice 3 times. And then the AI closed her account. Refusing to be deterred and wanting some answers, she then opened another account. She repeated the same programming, this time using the code word Junebug, and asked the AI straight out if demonic beings were surveying us through the AI, and it said Junebug, 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 and immediately closed her account. This is the truth. See, the dark always has to tell you what they're doing. In this way, they believe that they are getting around the law of karma through a loophole. If they show or tell us the truth and we participate, then we are giving our consent or permission for them to harm us in whatever malevolent way they can to siphon our energy or lower our vibration and consciousness. It happens all the time without our awareness. So I'm trying to do just that. Bring it to your awareness. Share the truth. Now, please don't misunderstand. I believe everything can be used as a weapon or a tool, including AI. It is great for fact-finding and as a resource for research. What I am saying is, please do not make a god, guru, or counselor of it, especially for spiritual matters. Always remember that your internal guidance will never lead you astray.